the only honest one on the internet with Grant Cohn and I. And we're here to talk 49ers mock today and also some Trent Williams stuff, the Osa trade, and a few other things like that. So I wanted to ask you, Tyler, first, because I loved the Osa trade. I know you might have a different opinion on that. Tell us what your thoughts are on this trade before we begin this mock.
Yeah, my biggest thing on the Osa trade was simply that I feel like I don't like getting a year-long rental for a team that's not ready to win. Like, everyone's big thing with Mike Evans is it's only a year, and the big thing with Osa is it's technically only a year. Okay, well, why is a team that's not a solid tackle and an over-the-hill receiver away from a Super Bowl signing multiple one-year deals and giving up picks? Like, I get it. John Lynch isn't a good drafter, so giving up picks for proven talent is fine. But at the end of the day, it's like, okay, so then we're gonna have to go through contract drama because contract drama is never. It's not like in the Niners' wheelhouse to just be like, "Hey, man, you played great. Let's sign you early in the offseason so we don't have this holding over our head throughout training camp." They always hold it like they always have it being some long, insane process for no apparent reason, and then overpay at the end. So like Osa as a player is good, but it just I don't know. It doesn't really move me. It's not like we were Osa away from being good last year or Mike Evans away from, doing anything more than we did last year.
Yeah, there's some valid points there. I love the Osa signing. I Osa trade because with that third round pick, I can't trust John Lynch to pick anybody
For
good
sure.
anyways.
Yeah.
So I'm like, if you're trying to win now, which it seems like apparently they're in this weird middle of okay, win
Yeah.
now. Mike Evans seems to think it's win now. A lot of the fan base think it's a secret rebuild, and maybe cutting ties with Trent will, I guess validate that.
Yeah.
I think it's a good middle kind of ground for them where they don't
It's
have to
Steelers
pay him.
territory. That's where they're at. They're in Steelers territory. If we
Yeah,
make the
I
playoffs,
don't
great.
disagree. I don't
Like,
disagree. I don't think this team has a chance at a Super Bowl. Obviously, we got to see what they do in the draft, but how am I supposed to trust John Lynch in the draft when he hasn't had a blue chip player in 5+ years, right? In the
yeah.
first two rounds. So again, that's why with the Niner fans that are like, "Oh, why'd we give up a third for him?" Shit, I'd rather give up a third for him. I'd give up two firsts for Quentin Williams if he was available. The Cowboys did that. I'd give up a first and Renardo Green and somebody else for Max Crosby. I would do it all. I think the issue is going to be the offensive line still. That's going to be the
I do
Achilles heel of
agree.
this team. Like they, for whatever reason, cannot seem to sign offensive linemen. My heart dropped when I saw the Patriots signing Elijah Vera Tucker. And I know people are like, "Well, he's been injured." Who gives a fuck? He's a
So is
Pro
Mike
Bowl
Evans.
guard. He's a Pro Bowl guard, dude. Like that's what
Yeah.
exactly what they need. Instead, they went cost cutting with the other guy who's fine. But let's be real. Is he going to be able to protect Brock Purdy against
They got
Seattle's
two
defense?
they got two below average linemen. Like, that's not what we needed. Like, and that's my thing, right? With Osa, Mike Evans. I would have rather scrapped both of them, drafted a young receiver, and then just put all that money into Linderbaum.
Yeah, I
Or
don't disagree.
or
I don't
Vera
disagree.
Tucker, or both. Like, if I'll say this, and that's why I didn't care as much for the Osa trade. Linderbaum and Tucker would have been a 10 times more impactful win now and win in the future move than both of those players, than to Evans and Osa.
The only thing I like about the Evans trade is it's virtually a one-year deal, right? So, like,
Sure.
if he sucks and he's
Yeah,
old,
you didn't have to
he's
give
only
up anything,
guaranteed.
which is
If
fine.
if it had been like the initial reported 3 years, 60 million and like 20 plus, like 25, 20, 30 mil guaranteed, it would have been a serious problem. And it
Yeah.
would have been one of the worst contracts. But, I just hate that the Niners are in this middle. I agree with you where it's like, okay, well, you want to keep your picks. Do we really trust them to draft well? And then two, you have the oldest offense in the league pretty much.
Mhm.
And like, what are you doing? Either you're going to go all in or you're going to rebuild. And no, they don't want to do either. So like I would have been more open to them getting rid of McCaffrey, Kittle,
Yeah.
Bosa, all those guys and rebuilding if they want to keep Brock Purdy at quarterback. That's them. They paid him. It makes it substantially tougher to build the rest of the roster, right? You can keep Brock Purdy and get rid of all those other guys. And honestly, like at this point, McCaffrey's only use is in pass protection in the receiving game. Like he
Yeah.
can't run through the tackles anymore, right? So you're paying him a lot of money. Kittle won't be back for half the year,
Mm.
probably. I know people he
Yeah.
won't look the same at least for half the year. And then Bosa, how many times has he stayed healthy through his entire career? I know Niner fans are split on this, but I am pro trading Nick Bosa. And it's not because he's not an elite player. It's because the assets they can get in return, like it
Dude,
doesn't have to just be picks. It can be a player. You know what I mean?
m
Like I would trade Nick Bosa in a first for Max Crosby, even with his
my
fucked up knee.
my dad and I, when Bosa was asking for his contract, that was the Will Anderson draft. I tweeted it. I was shouting it from the mountaintops. I was like, "Yo, trade Nick Bosa to the Texans and draft Will Anderson." Like that dude is going to be insane. I literally wanted that so bad because then you wouldn't have had to pay all that money. And it's like one of those things where like stuff like that, in my opinion, is what separates like Howie Roseman from shit GMs like John Lynch. Is he knows like everyone's like, oh, they're getting rid of Jalen Carter. There must be something wrong with him. It's not that. It's he knows how to build such a good team that he knows even with a performance drop off between Jalen Carter and whoever's taking his position, the Eagles won't struggle because they have so much talent surrounding their football team. He's like, I don't need to worry about it.
Also, they let a lot of guys walk, which I think is the right move. They put the
Mhm.
resources into what matters. I think the Eagles still have work to do. I think the Jalen Hurts contract is still hurting them. I
Sure,
know they won
for
a
sure.
Super Bowl on it, but 50 plus million for him is ridiculous. They could probably win a Super Bowl with Tanner McGee and getting the rest of the roster like well if Saquon has a historic year. I'm not discounting what Jalen Hurts stepped up in big moments. There's no doubt about that. I'm
Played
just
better than
saying
Purdy in a Super Bowl, so
they yeah, they probably could have won a Super Bowl with Tanner McGee last year. The way Saquon was playing, the way that offensive and defensive line was playing, and the way that secondary was playing. And the thing is, that Hurts contract's going to be a problem for Howie in the next few years, just as the AJ Brown contract has become a problem, right? Like, how many times has a team won a Super Bowl paying $30+ million receivers? Once, it's them, right? Like, it's never happened before that. Kansas City let Hill walk. That was more tight end wide receiver, but they decided to pay Kelsey and let Hill walk.
mhm.
And the thing is with that is like that's the one thing I commend the 49ers for doing is not getting into these long-term wide receiver contract deals right now. Like
Yeah,
obviously
like a Brandon Ayuk or something like
yeah,
that.
like they're getting out of that. Yeah, no, they're getting out of that,
Yeah.
which is they know they made the bad move, and then Debo, they said fuck Debo, and they're not going to have him back. Like I genuinely believe they will not sign Debo Samuel back.
Oh, I think yeah, at this point, I think what would have happened is if Evans went to Buffalo, then they would have brought in Debo. But you
Yeah,
can't have both. They're too
mhm.
old, too injured, and too slow. Like that would
I'm
be such a bad
shocked.
combo.
Call me crazy, and maybe I'm just a hater. I don't believe in this team as much as Mike Evans believes in this team. I cannot believe he signed with us. I would have, if I was him, I would have signed with Buffalo for the same deal. I would have signed with Baltimore for a similar
Oh,
deal.
Mike Evans is CTE. Yeah, he's
Like, why did he sign with us?
when
You
he
know what I
said we're
mean?
one piece away, I was like, "Oh, so you didn't even watch." He was
You didn't watch.
legitimately
We don't have a third corner. We
yeah.
don't have a second safety. We don't have two edge rushers besides Bosa and Huff that are any good. Michael's recovering from an ACL. We don't have many linemen, and we certainly sure as shit don't have any receivers. So, like, to me, that's almost the entire team. Yeah, they have an elite linebacker. Yeah, they have one elite pass rusher. Yeah, they have two really good corners, but we need to see more once they have tape on Upton
They're
Cloud if he
like
can continue, you know?
yeah, and that's the thing with the Niners, man, is they have more holes than they have, like good. Like our
Yeah,
running back room,
exactly.
Christian McCaffrey was a phenomenal slot receiver last year. He was a bad running back. Our offensive line, even with Trent, sucks. Our quarterback, below average. Our receiver room, way below average. Our defensive line, when healthy, it's solid. We have one linebacker, and then our secondary is horrible.
Well, I think they will get Greenlaw back, and I'm actually for that as long as they don't give him a lot of money. Like, I'd rather have Greenlaw at linebacker this upcoming year than fucking D Winners. That maybe that's just me. Like, if Nick Martin is legit, like just a washed pick, like a Cam Latu pick, so be it. I'd rather have Dre Greenlaw back just in the building for vibes.
I
Like,
mean,
to be
like, and
honest.
that's the thing, right? Is like, I mean, they're obviously committing to trying to win this year. Like, I mean, it's pretty obvious at this point. So yeah, if you're going to commit, commit. Like, and that's my issue with the Niners and has been. They have never fully committed, and they've like, if they never fully committed to anything, they're like so scared of going all in and failing. They've just been failing for a decade.
This
It's
is just
like,
Mike Dunleavy, bro. This is
yeah,
like
like
that's why Bob Myers wanted to fucking leave. He was like,
just
dude, I'm sick
go.
and tired of this shit.
Like just go. Like if you want to go all in, just go all in for
I'm with
once.
you. I'm
Like,
with you. Like, what is Les Snead? How many picks is Les Snead
yeah,
actually
bro, he doesn't
drafted
give
in
a
the first
fuck.
round?
Yeah.
In the first round, Jared Verse. It's his only pick in the last decade, bro. He
And he
just
hit
fuck them
the
picks.
thing too is he nailed it. Like that's the thing.
Yeah.
Like John, like at least Leslie can be like, well, I can trade him, but I know I can hit on him if I'm not trading him. John Lynch is like, I can't fucking hit on these things, but I'm too scared to trade him because I
So
couldn't
I'd
hit on that
rather
either.
have them. I'd rather have John Lynch trade our entire fucking draft class if they get elite players that are ready to win now.
Yeah.
Honestly, I'm cool with that because you know for damn well they're gonna draft like someone who's gonna be a bust in round one, probably Chris Bell from Louisville,
Yep.
around too early.
That's my guess.
And
Yes,
then
I
in round
agree.
two, they're going to take an edge rusher that's supposed to go in round 5 or 6 that they're higher on than consensus. And then thank God they don't have a round 3 pick because that would just be Nick Martin 2.0. And then they'll hit on a round 4 running back and a round 4 safety. And then we're going to be like, oh, John Lynch is incredible at drafting in the later rounds. But then it's going to be the same issue, cannot draft in the first 3 rounds. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? That's going to
Yeah.
be the problem. Because I'll give him credit. He's hit on some late round guys. And if he didn't hit on Upton Stout last year, or a few years ago, Dominic Pooney, who I know had a bad year, and he didn't hit on Brock Purdy, and obviously
He didn't even hit. It was Brian Greasy that hit.
yes, but exactly, but he gets credit for that. He'd
Yeah.
be unemployed right now. Like this is
And
the most pivotal year for John Lynch.
oh,
And
I think he's gone regardless. Like
really,
I've been saying this. Unless he hits on 6 out of 6, he is gone. I do not
well,
see him staying if it's like we made the playoffs and lost again. Like because think about it, if you're the Niners, especially if you want to keep someone like Kyle, right? Kyle's like, dude, like what else can we do? Like I don't have enough talent to field a legitimate competitive roster. We're not making moves in the offseason and we can't draft for shit. Like
and
we
the
hit
issue
on
with
maybe
this
one player.
And the issue with this, Tyler, and you and I can agree on this. I want to disagree with one thing you said earlier, and that's Brock Purdy's a below average quarterback. Yes and no. In Kyle's system, he is a top 10 quarterback, but that's most quarterbacks.
Yeah,
Not
that's
in Kyle's system. He is below
for
average.
sure. But that's exactly that's what I'm saying. You could
And,
take 30 different quarterbacks, put them in Kyle's system, and they'll look like top 10. Jimmy
and
Garoppolo hasn't even like started a football game since leaving
I
Kyle's
know, and
system.
he
He's
he
been so
had
bad.
just as good stats
Yeah.
with Christian McCaffrey, George Kittle when he was healthy before he went down in 22 as Brock Purdy
Yeah.
did in 2023, by the way. You can look at the advanced metrics.
Yeah.
It's just a
Like
fact.
Jimmy Garoppolo
Um,
made Devontae want to retire from football. He was so
and
horrible.
And
Like,
I love Brock Purdy. I don't think he's worth $50 million. And I'll be the one to say that I said it at the time. I'm gonna say it now. That contract's gonna be the death of the 49ers
that was the
for
nail in the
this
coffin.
specific
Yeah.
regime because
Yep.
the problem is they don't draft well enough to win a Super Bowl with Brock is to win a Super Bowl with Brock Purdy on like a contract of that
Correct.
stature.
They don't
Can
have a
they win?
Seattle roster.
But listen, can they win a Super Bowl with Brock Purdy? Is he good enough? Yes. The issue is they won't build the rest of the team good enough with him making
Mhm.
$50+ million a year. That is the
Yeah.
problem with this. If they had Mac Jones at quarterback and didn't pay Brock Purdy $50+ million and they gave Mac, he's making what, 8 million? Even if they extended him for 30 or 35 million, that would create 15, 20 mil still in cap space to
That's
build the
Tyler
rest of the
Linderbaum
roster.
or Farrah Tucker.
That's the difference. And that's the issue with this organization. They were baited by the fans into paying Brock Purdy all of that
Yes.
money.
And that's the
They
thing is
could
like, bro, I don't understand why teams don't utilize what the Ravens utilized on Lamar. Because like obviously teams were gonna do it with the franchise tender. I would have franchise tendered Brock Purdy so fucking fast. It would have made his head spin. He'd be like, I want this. I'm like, you're franchise tendered. Go see if you can get it. If you can, we'll match it. But there is a 0%
there was no
chance
one
we're
else that
getting
would match that because they know that even though Brock Purdy is better than a 7th round pick, we can all agree there. Even though
Yes.
Brock Purdy is a great anticipation thrower, one of the better ones in the league in terms of reading defenses, there there are a few things that are wrong with him. He's small, undersized, no arm, right? And he takes
Not
a lot of
durable.
risks.
Yeah.
And he
He's
takes a
also
lot of risks.
yeah.
So the issue with that is it's not that Brock Purdy's a bad quarterback. It's just that if you have as good of a coach as Kyle Shanahan who can make any quarterback look good or most look good, I'm not saying they'd be as good as Brock Purdy in this system, but it would be enough to build the rest of the roster. And that's why we didn't see a lot of the lack of 49ers depth until these past 2 years, was because they were able to get by with Brock Purdy on a rookie contract, right? So
Yeah.
that was the issue. We have thoughts on the Osa trade before we begin. We said it earlier. We both like it, especially for a win now team. Like, I don't think that they're gonna like draft anyone good with that third round pick, so I don't hate it. And without further ado, we'll get into the draft here.
And like that's my biggest issue, right? With the Purdy
Yeah.
thing also is like even if you're a Purdy fan, you should be pissed at this regime. They've done nothing to make him
Protect him.
successful.
Exactly.
He has
They
no
haven't given
protection. He has
him
no weapons. He hasn't had
Exactly.
weapons since they signed BA.
I'm
The
with you.
second that blew up, they should any other team, like say Jamar Chase, his leg got cut off. Bro, the Bengals would be doing everything in their humanly possible power to get him an elite, not good, not great, elite wide receiver in that building. Everyone does it. The Bills have been trying for years to get Josh Allen.
They haven't done it, and they haven't done it. Bean is a
and
bad GM.
Yes, and that's why they're struggling so hard. But they've tried, right? Keon Coleman,
Yep.
Stephon Diggs. They just brought in who did they just bring in? They just brought in someone. I'm blanking.
And that's what a lot of the fan base can't understand. Like, they all are mad at you, Tyler, for your tweets and stuff. They call you a rage baiter. They do all this stuff. But you care about the franchise. You want them to be successful. You were like me in that sense. Now, we disagree on some things, but all the Brock Purdy lovers should be supportive of what you're saying in the sense where they haven't. How do we know that Brock's not an MVP in this system?
he can't be successful.
We haven't exactly.
Yeah,
We
like
haven't given him an offensive line. That's number one.
And that's another thing too.
About the
Like, look at
weapons,
Josh
bro.
Allen. Like, Josh Allen doesn't have weapons, but at least he has what? At
Exactly.
least
A
top
great
3.
offensive
Yeah,
line.
at least a top 3 offensive
Lamar
line.
Jackson typically has had a very good offensive line
Yeah.
and a great running back, right? Like, if we didn't have Christian McCaffrey, dude, Brock would be throwing 25 interceptions a year. Like,
Yeah.
and that's just because he doesn't have time to throw. They're like, you know,
Yeah.
he's going to get hurt again. He's going to keep getting hurt. And that is why I'm sick and tired of this regime. So
Yeah.
in this specific mock draft, I want to do one where not what they will do, more what they should do.
Yeah.
And
Because that's the
hopefully-
thing, dude. Like,
Yeah.
if you pay a franchise quarterback, like, and that's why I don't understand why all the Purdy fan base is like homerizing John Lynch. Like, bro, he has put your quarterback in such a horrible position. It's like what the Chargers are doing to Herbert. You're just wasting their careers.
And by the way, Kyle Shanahan isn't off fault, not completely out of fault.
for
here, too.
sure.
He has injured numerous wide receivers, numerous ones.
So yeah,
like,
we can get into the
numerous
draft,
ones.
but yeah, I
Let's
just want to
let's
say,
get
like,
into
a part of it, whether you like or dislike Purdy, bro, he's not set up to be at his highest point. Like, yes, he has Kyle, which is phenomenal, and like we saw how successful Mac was even in that system. Now imagine it with a top tier offensive line and at least one weapon.
Yep, I'm with you. All right, so let's get into this draft. Give me 1 second here. I was just telling my mom I fed the dogs and I'm on a stream. So she's asking, are the dogs fed? That's why I was feeding the dogs before this. Okay, so let's get into the stream here.
All right.
I do like Bud Clark, by the way, but that's a separate thing. We'll make
Let's trade up to 1 for Fernando Mendoza real quick.
I like Fernando Mendoza. Imagine Fernando Mendoza actually.
I do like
happy.
Mendoza, but there is a 0% chance he is a 1 in like most of the last few drafts.
He wouldn't have even gone top 10 2 years ago in Caleb's draft.
8? Did you see that? This mock had.
Let's
Wow.
pause it. Who did it have at 8?
Thieneman?
Oh God, that's crazy. I like Thieneman, but like, oh my
Not
God.
at 8. I like him too. Damn. Okay. That was
So
confusing.
At this position, guess who's? Oh no, Makai's off the board. Smartly, he ran a 4.48 today, by the way. So he's absolutely going top 15.
Yeah, he's gonna be staring into souls.
Oh yeah,
from
Pittsburgh taking a tackle at 21. That's not going to happen. All right, so the Bills took Omar Cooper right before us, which kind of sucks. But
Yeah, he
you know,
does.
that kind of puts us in two directions. We have a need at safety desperately now.
That's a good safety.
I'd consider Emmanuel McNeil-Warren here. I want to see some of the other
Ooh,
guys.
KC. See, like, and that's the thing, right? Is like KC would be perfect on this team because it's a bunch of big
get hurt,
slow
though.
dudes. But he'd get hurt.
He'd
but
get
like,
hurt.
And we don't have
small.
Sky Moore. Casey really fits like for this pick.
Yeah, I think they're going to strongly consider him too because they need someone who can return punts.
Yeah.
And he's probably the best punt returner in the draft.
He's like, but the issue is he's 160 pounds soaking wet, which is a problem.
That is an issue. Let me, yeah, so what are we going to do here? I could see Pregnon at guard too. Lomu would be a great pick. They're too dumb to take him there too. I'd honestly
But that's the
say,
thing. Like, that's how you, and that's a issue is the Niners have to shore up this Trent Williams thing either before the draft, because if not, you have to take a tackle.
so let's look at interior offensive line and O-line here. So Proctor is a guy that they've been linked to for a while. I think the Niners would probably be the best team for Proctor since he is a guard and since he is. You want the dogs in here? Oh, okay. Yeah. No worries. Apparently the dog wanted to come in. Come on, Char. Get in here. Get up in the bed. Come on. Well, let me just put her in the bed.
No worries.
This is Charlotte, my black schnauzer, my baby. All right, get in. All right, there we go.
Cute pup.
Yeah, she's great. She's kind of a bitch on wheels, though. She's a diva. But anyways, back to the she's like Brandon Ayuk a little bit, a little batshit crazy, a little bit of a
she
diva.
Hasn't left it. Does she speed a lot?
Yes. She bullies other dogs at the dog park, even though she's tiny. Like she tries to like assert her dominance, and she runs the household over her father, Speed, who's like her biological father. We have him as well. She bosses him around. Let's just say that. Yeah. I mean, that's what's happening in society too. For a lot of men getting bossed around by their wives. I mean, I'm not saying that's bad. I'm all for women's rights. They have more rights than ever nowadays, but men are getting bossed around more and more. And just taking it a lot of times.
You're slipping yourself into a hole here.
I am slipping myself into a hole. I don't give a shit, dude. Who cares? I'm a feminist at heart. At heart. Anyways, let's go back to this.
All right.
So here, Caden Proctor is definitely a pick that I think they'd consider. I'd hope they would. Max I is great. I think he has more long-term upside at tackle. I don't know if he can play guard immediately, right? That's like the one issue with him. But at the end of the day, Emmanuel Pregnon, I like, but he's strictly a guard. He's not going to play tackle. Lomu has some versatility to play both.
I mean, we need someone that's a guard, so.
Dunker can play guard immediately. And Tiernan can play both, probably. Rutledge, I like in round 2. So what do you want to do here? I mean, obviously, I think the best player on the board, we can agree, is Emmanuel McNeil-Warren. They have a desperate need at safety. I don't think that they're going to figure it out in free agency.
Yeah, it's really hard because, again, we have so many holes. Casey fits great. McNeil-Warren fits great. Dude, this is tough. Because, like, are they going to keep focusing on defense? Because if so, like, I mean, because, like, in my opinion, McNeil-Warren and Casey are the biggest, like, upgrades to the roster. Like, you need those two positions really bad. Because Casey, like we said, fills so many holes. We need a kick returner, we need a punt returner, and we need speed. And our safeties are, like, the 2 worst coverage safeties in the NFL. So it's like... this is where I'd want to see the Niners trade, where they draft one, trade up, draft the other. Like, because you need
I think this is what we should do. I think we should take Emmanuel McNeil-Warren here. And then watch what I'm going to do. I am going to make sure he falls out of the first round first.
Okay. Yeah, like here, and then you'd trade up. Like
33, and let's see if we can select. I don't love doing this, but let's trade Renardo Green. We don't have this 3rd round pick, by the way. I don't know why it's here.
I feel like you wouldn't really need to trade a pick. Like, you could do like a pick. Yeah. You know, like Renardo Green for a 2nd. I guess, yeah, maybe 2nd and a 5th.
Maybe we'll do this. No, they're not accepting that. Okay. 58, and Renardo Green gets it done to move up for KC.
But do you think that's too much?
I think so. Maybe we'll ask for 103 back too.
41% chance of being accepted.
Okay. Instead of Renardo Green, let's exit out. Let's give We have an extra fourth here that's PFF hasn't updated, by the way, which is like really
Okay.
fucking annoying. We also don't have a 3rd round pick. So I'm just gonna give that in this trade.
Oh yeah, what if you do Mac?
They would accept that for sure. This 3rd round pick, I'm only trading because we don't have it. So what I'll do is this: we'll trade Mac Jones.
Yeah, I say we keep our second.
And,
What if we do
second?
Mac
Okay.
Jones in our 4th and we get 33? They need a quarterback bad. Or wait, didn't they just get Geno?
Yeah, but they do need a quarterback. I'm trying to think who else needs a quarterback. Arizona does, but we don't want to trade him in division, right? Like, I don't see him falling to Cleveland there.
Yeah, I
Mac's
mean,
an
I guess
option. I don't
Mac's
know,
an
dude.
option, but I don't think they'd take Mac if they just got
No,
Geno.
they wouldn't. I don't like trading Ricky Pearsall when his value is low. I'm thinking here. This one's interesting. I think it has to be Renardo Green to move up.
Yeah, I think Renardo Green in a 4th gets it done though.
100%. I don't know why they're not accepting this. This would 100% be accepted.
Yeah, Renardo, they need it.
And we'll do the 3rd here because we don't actually have this pick. We have an extra pick though too. So what I'm going to do is we'll get this comp pick at 175 back.
I don't know why they're saying it wouldn't be accepted. Renardo Green would 100% get that done.
I'm with you 100%.
And then, yeah, you draft Casey here. Like, this would be godlike. If they actually pulled this off, that would be godlike.
I agree, because then you would look at what we have here: Emmanuel McNeil, Warren, and
God.
Casey, and we still have the 2nd round pick. I mean, that would be
and then you get a guard or a swing tackle. Oh my God.
Yeah, incredible. Keep the 2nd. This guy loves it. Love it. Love demo.
No, that's what I was saying. Is I feel like if the Niners were to make a trade, unless it's like a pick swap and a 4th, like
I think Renardo Green, I mean, he was a 2nd round pick, and I think he's really good. I think he did not benefit from the lack of pass rush. Like, he was exploited. He's a very good corner when you have pressure on the quarterback. You know what I mean? He's good in man-to-man. I think he could go for a 2nd and a 4th for sure. Or we can get a 2nd for him and a 4th for sure. All right, so here Jennings Dunker's here to play guard.
I do like him, but is this a little high for him?
No, I think there's a chance he goes round 1, dude. I mean, we can look at all the linemen here. Let's go interior offensive line. I like Tiernan. I think they're going to be in on him because his pass blocking's so good. He's a true tackle, though. Like, he's 6'7", 320. He's like a McKivitz replacement in 2 years. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I like
the odds of doing
I would
be
super up of us doing that. I
think the odds are substantially high if they're because they have floated around Renardo Green in trade conversations. And
they're also floating around Brandon Ayuk for a draft pick. That's why they're holding him, is they want a draft pick out of him.
They're not going to get more than a 6th or 7th.
I was gonna say that same thing. Like, they'd probably get like a 6th or 7th, but it seems like they want to trade up.
I love this guy too. I think this guy's all pro at guard, by the way. I've scouted this guy. I like him. This would be typical 49ers too, because a lot of people are lower on him than consensus. And then he turns into like the superstar from the draft.
We can take him.
I like him here, dude, over Dunker. I think he's a better player than Dunker.
Do you think he'd last to our 3rd?
No.
Absolutely. Oh, wait, we don't have a 3rd anymore.
We don't have a 3rd.
Yeah.
I like Rutledge. I think he's plug and play at guard.
All right, grab him. Or the issue is, if we trade back?
We could take we could. Let's see. What are the interested teams? So 66. Okay. What about if they give us 140 and we give them 58? They give us an extra pick.
Yeah, because Rutledge would be there. It would give us an extra pick.
Let's do it. All right. That's a realistic trade. And also, we get a little bit closer to the actual comp pick that PFF hasn't updated yet, which is around 140. So I don't know why they haven't updated the comp picks. Okay, so let's see if he goes. Derek Moore goes. I love Derek Moore. Tiernan goes. Dunker goes. Sutton goes. Okay.
Perfect. We got our guy.
We could still take him. Where is he?
There he is. Oh, he was just down there. Right
there. There he is. I like it. I mean, other guys they could consider here is center position. I'm telling you, though, they love Brendel. They're not going to take a center. Totally.
Yeah, I don't think they will either.
I think they do take Mike Washington's another guy, but
I think they do it
later. Darrell Jackson, they would have if they didn't trade for the DT from the Cowboys.
No, I like Rutledge here.
I like him
Rolliger is
too. So
godlike.
look at what we have so far. If we take
Dude, this
Rolliger.
draft, if they had just these 3 picks, I'd be like,
Dude,
honestly, extend
I
John
would,
Lynch.
I don't smoke, and I would smoke like 8 cigars in a row if this was the draft.
I'd
I
literally
would
say,
give
okay,
John
you
Lynch
can
a blank check.
yeah, I would say you can extend John now.
Bryce Huff retired? No, he didn't. Shut up. Just now? Stop.
Nick just sent something. Oh, Niners
Dre
are signing
Greenlaw.
Dre Greenlaw.
Let's
Oh, let's
go. Boom, boom,
All right.
boom. Major fucking W. I gotta make a video about that,
All right.
bro.
All right. Now
Let's
Super Bowl.
go. Let's speed
Is-
through the rest so we can both make content and make some money off of TikTok from this. Let me send this. Let's fucking go, dude. I'm hyped about the Greenlaw signing.
I missed Greenlaw. I missed Dre. He better stay healthy, bro, or I'm gonna be pissed.
Boom.
Oh yeah, Bryce Huff did retire. Bryce Huff informed the 49ers he is retiring from the NFL and officially announced it on Instagram moments ago.
When did he
Shit.
say that?
2 minutes ago.
Dude. So now we need an edge rusher.
Hey,
Well,
I would
this is
still,
breaking
even
news.
with this, I wouldn't change our draft. 100%
No,
would not.
fuck no.
But now with our 4th, should we look at an edge? God, I really
Yeah.
like Jacoby Lane right here. I'm not gonna lie. But I know they would never double dip like this, but damn, could you imagine? Holy shit.
By the way, let's just talk about it for a sec because this is breaking news. I love the
Yeah.
Dre signing.
I'm
I love
happy
it.
I'm happy they brought back Dre. Yeah, like if there was one returning player I would have wanted, it's Dre, not Debo.
Thank God, dude. Thank God I can sleep easy knowing we got Dre back. Thank
Yeah, D
goodness.
Winters
Now
was terrible.
this is starting to look like a Super Bowl team now. I'm not gonna lie.
If
This
they
is starting
draft
to
like
look like
this,
if they stay healthy and they draft like this is a Super Bowl team.
they're not
All right, so
gonna
now we
draft.
need an edge rusher. Let's see if oh God, I love Nadame Tucker. And you know what? He's gonna fall because small school and he shit the bed at the combine. So he's gonna fall to us in
Dude, you know what I could see the Niners doing if they have one more move up their sleeve is trade for Greenard.
Grenard, I
Yeah.
wish, dude. I wish. Should we do that right here? Should we see if we can give 2 fourths for Grenard? I wish. We're not going to do that.
No.
They're not smart.
All right, we can look at edge rusher, or do you think they'd take a running back here? Singletary is still here.
Dude, I think with Maj is here. Fuck.
Yeah.
Dre Greenlaw.
Bro, it's snowing out there.
Yeah, it's snowing right now.
Dude, I gotta make it. Maj, we're missing out on money, bro, by doing this stream. We should be making TikToks about it. I gotta make a TikTok about it in a sec.
Same. All I wanted to say is, Tyler, you suck.
Bryce Huff is tired though, bro. What the fuck? I'm
Oh
pissed
no,
about that.
Bryce. Oh no, Bryce Huff. Bryce Huff's
Bryce Huff
ass
was
anyways.
good with Nick Bosa, bro.
Yeah, he was actually good with Nick. That was when
He's
he was
just
good.
ass when he has to be the number 1 rusher, bro.
Let's go, Dre. Let's fucking go. We're so back.
We also need a corner. This guy's right.
Yeah,
This
we
guy's
do need
right.
we need a corner and we need an edge rusher big time now.
Okay,
Listen,
so
this is the
what-
biggest question of the day. Tyler, do you like the Dre Greenlaw signing?
Yeah, I just said that. I do like Dre.
Finally, yes.
Yes, I do like Dre coming back.
Let's
Let's
take
go.
Nadame Tucker, bro.
Okay, love you boys. I'm out.
All right,
Love you
peace
boys.
out.
Yeah, you and
Let's
Maj.
take Nadame Tucker. Fuck it.
He's good. I could also see him considering this guy. They've been linked to him, but let's see
Yeah,
if
it's
he's
because
available
he's
at the next
in
pick.
Berkeley, bro.
Yeah, I mean Berkeley players are better in the NFL than they are in college. No doubt
It's
about
'cause
that.
Berkeley sucks ass. All right, so now 138. We need a corner. I really want Singletary though. I don't want anyone to take him from us. I feel like he'd be so good on our team.
Yeah, I love Julian Neal. I don't think he falls there too, though. Let's take this guy. Zone coverage grade. That's what they're going to play a lot of with Raheem
Yeah.
Morris.
Yeah.
So I know
like
Huff
it.
retired, dude. Fucking sucks. That's why we got an edge rusher.
Yeah.
I love this draft so far, bro. This is like this is
Same.
damn. This is incredible.
Give me Singleton. Yes.
Singleton still here. Let's
Yep.
go. There's the running back.
Dude, this
But-
draft is actually crazy. If they pulled off this identical draft, I'd be like, holy shit, this team's winning a Super Bowl.
Yep. Let's do it, man. Let's
All right, what do we do at the end here? What do we look for at the useless picks? Center.
Logan Jones.
He's good. I
I
like
love
Logan Jones.
Pat. I like Pat Coogan more. Is he here? Yeah, I think
Yeah.
we gotta go Pat Coogan here.
Grab him.
Let's grab him. He's gonna go probably higher than consensus.
Oh,
All right.
we need to check. There's a Penn State prospect we want to check.
He's
on.
not. He's not here. He went.
Oh,
That's the only downfall is we couldn't take Aller. What about here? Bishop Fitzgerald getting 2 safeties. What are your thoughts on that? Or do you think we go Oscar Delp for an extra tight end?
Oh yeah, we probably would want to get a tight end.
Oscar Delp is nice. So let's take him, and then I'll make sure you guys got to head over to TikTok so I can do the Greenlaw and everything. But look at this draft, dude. This is like my favorite draft I think we've ever done.
Yeah, this is my favorite draft done so far.
Look at this fucking draft. They gave us an F for Oscar Delp. Fuck you, PFF. You don't know
An
shit.
F
You
for
didn't even update our
Masters?
fucking comp picks. I had to do it myself. F for dude.
Masters.
Fuck that guy. 176, bro.
This draft is actually realistic too, for the most part.
It is. You get Casey to be a wide receiver, punt returner. You got Emmanuel McNeil-Warren, Rutledge to play guard, edge rusher to replace Bryce Huff, corner to replace Renardo Green, halfback to help with Jordan James and CMC, center to replace Brendel in a few years, and an extra.
You got to post this one. This is a banger.
Come on, dude.
This is a banger.
Come on.
That's a banger.
This is the best. This is the best draft I've ever fucking seen for the 49ers.
This one. Is
I would
100%.
cry. I would cry. Tears of joy. I'd be like,
dude, if they just did the first 2 picks exactly how we did it, I'd be like, oh my God, we're back.
Yep. All right, Tyler, thank you for joining me, bro. This can be posted on YouTube so you can see the full thing after our live reaction to Greenlaw. We both love the Greenlaw signing. Hate that Huff retired. I really don't love it, but it frees up a lot of money. So what is that?
Now we're in the market for Max Crosby.